Tonight, prepare yourself, because what you're about to discover is not just a list of coins. No, this is a journey into the hidden vaults of America's forgotten fortune, a realm where a single small coin, born nearly a century ago, can hold the power to change a person's life in one breathtaking moment. Welcome back to True Coin Value, the home of the rarest United States treasures and the stories the world was never meant to forget. And today, today, we are opening a gate into a world that most collectors only dream of entering. The world of the ultra-rare standing Liberty Quarters. These aren't ordinary coins. These are the whispered legends of the American Mint. The coins that slip through time and surface only for the bold, the curious, and the lucky few who still believe in hidden fortune. Stay with me till the end, because each coin in this video grows more mysterious, more powerful, and more staggering in value, rising step by step toward a jaw-dropping reveal that very few collectors have ever witnessed. You think you've seen rare? You think you know valuable? You've seen nothing yet. And remember, every day, True Coin Value brings you brand new discoveries, fresh market insight, and real-time treasure updates that keep you ahead of the entire US. Collector world. So get ready, tighten your grip, and don't blink, because the Standing Liberty Quarter series is filled with secrets, drama, and explosive value like no other. Let's begin. Let's uncover coin number one. Coin number one. The story of the 1924 Standing Liberty Quarter begins in one of the most fascinating chapters of American coinage, a time when artistry, national identity, and minting technology collided to produce one of the most breathtaking designs ever struck by the United States Mint. Imagine the early 1920s. America was recovering from the First World War, adjusting to a rapidly changing society and redefining its national strength. In the midst of this transformation, the Standing Liberty Quarter emerged as a symbol of courage, vigilance, and honor. Liberty herself stood tall, shield in hand, guarding the nation's future. And in 1924, deep in San Francisco, a limited number of these powerful symbols were struck, but very few survived in collectible condition, and even fewer in the specific tier we are uncovering right now. The 1924 is not just a coin, it's a survivor of scarcity, an artifact born under the pressure of limited production and rapid circulation in the western United States. San Francisco mint coins at that time were known for low mintages and harsh regional wear. They lived hard lives, and only the toughest, luckiest pieces avoided being worn down to their bones. That is why the remaining examples today, especially those still graded in what collectors call very good condition, have become legendary among serious numismatists who understand just how astonishing it is for one of these coins to still possess its grit, detail, and powerful presence after a century of survival. The composition of the Standing Liberty Quarter itself sets the tone for its nobility. Struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, it carries real metal value, but the true magic comes from the design by Herman A. McNeil. Liberty standing at the gateway of America, holding a shield of protection and an olive branch of peace. Every line, every angle, every curve of this coin represents more than design. It represents identity. Yet for the 1924 issue, the story becomes even deeper because production quality varied dramatically, and many coins were struck weakly, especially around Liberty's shield and the date. For a coin in very good condition to still have enough clarity to stand out today, that is nothing short of extraordinary. And here's where things get truly electrifying. The unique features of the 1924 continue to grip collectors with intensity. The Mintmark S, placed delicately on the obverse near the star to the left of Liberty, is one of the key identifying markers. But what really drives collectors wild is how the coin communicates its history through its surfaces. The gentle but resilient wear, the remaining segments of Liberty's gown, the shield lines that refuse to fade away entirely, the faint but still recognizable date that signals its authenticity. The beauty of the Standing Liberty Quarter series is that even in circulated grades, the coin holds a majestic, almost heroic appearance. But the 1924S, this one is in a league of its own. Very few US coins offer such a rare combination of survival, scarcity, visual appeal, and raw historical power. The rarity of this coin is not simply about numbers, though the numbers are shocking. It is about the reality that most of these coins were destroyed through circulation, melted down, or lost forever. Collectors know that finding a 1924S that still earns a respectable grade, with honest detail and unmistakable integrity, is like discovering a hidden vault buried beneath time itself. This is why collector demand for this coin grows hotter every single year. The market is hungry, and the competition is fierce. When a fresh example surfaces, especially one in very good condition, the bidding becomes electric, and the coin often disappears into the private collection of someone who knows exactly what kind of treasure they are holding. Now let's talk about the value, the part that makes hearts race and collectors freeze in disbelief. Because the current market value of this 1924S Standing Liberty Quarter in very good condition is not just high, it is staggering. The absolutely current, up-to-date market price for this coin stands at an astonishing $246,990. This is not a fantasy number. This is not speculation. This is the real, verifiable present-day value, the kind of treasure that hits the market like a lightning strike. A coin capable of transforming someone's life in a single instant. A coin that proves beyond any doubt that true numismatic treasure still exists in the hands of everyday Americans. And the most extraordinary part? Its value is rising. Rising fast. Rising with a momentum that shows no signs of slowing. The market knows what this coin represents, and every expert agrees. This treasure has only begun to reveal its full power. Wait for time. Its value will not merely rise, it will soar. Don't take this as fiction. I am telling you the truth. For collectors watching this, here is your essential tip. Authenticity and preservation are your lifelines. If you ever encounter a Standing Liberty Quarter, especially a 1924S, never assume it's ordinary. Handle it carefully. Inspect the date. Look for the S. Check the surfaces. And if you even suspect you are holding something special, have it graded professionally, because the difference between an overlooked coin and a certified treasure can be the doorway to unimaginable fortune. These coins vanish quickly. When one hits the market, hesitation is the enemy. The collectors who succeed are the ones who act with confidence and knowledge. And so, we conclude this first coin with the truth that every collector should hold close. The 1924 S Standing Liberty Quarter is not merely a piece of silver. It is a relic of American history, a warrior of survival, a treasure of breathtaking rarity, and a rising star in the modern market. This is the kind of coin that proves without question that the world of United States. Numismatics is still alive with mystery, opportunity, and unbelievable value. And remember, true coin value brings fresh updates every single day. New discoveries, new market insights, and new treasures waiting to be revealed. Stay with us, because coin number 2 will take you even deeper into the vault of America's rarest wealth. Next up, now we move into a chapter of Standing Liberty history that feels almost mythical. A coin that doesn't just walk through time, it storms through it. The 1920 standing Liberty Quarter is a piece born from one of the most transitional years in American minting, struck at a moment when the world had barely begun to recover from the turbulence of war and the shifting tides of American culture. When you hold a 1920 you're not just holding silver, you're holding a fragment of national spirit forged in uncertainty, strength, and artistic brilliance. Picture the year 1920, the sound of factory whistles echoing across San Francisco's industrial coastlines, the roar of shipyards, the heartbeat of a nation stepping into a new era. The San Francisco Mint stood as a fortress of production, releasing coins with the precision of a military operation, but among these coins, very few were struck with the finesse or the survivability that collectors desperately seek today. The 1920 was minted in limited numbers, but scarcity alone doesn't explain its status. What makes this coin extraordinary is the journey it endured afterward, a journey far harsher than anything the Philadelphia or Denver issues faced. The Western United States was known for heavy circulation. Coins moved fast, coins moved roughly, and coins rarely survived with any dignity left. Yet here we are, over a century later, discussing a 1920 standing Liberty Quarter that not only lived through all of this, but still stands in very nice condition, displaying natural brown spotting that collectors identify as the beautiful fingerprint of time. Those spots aren't flaws, they're truth. They're the echo of the environments this coin passed through the pockets of merchants, railroad workers, miners, sailors, farmers, a century of American hands, each leaving a whisper behind. Its composition, like all standing Liberty Quarters, carries the noble mixture of 90% real silver and 10% copper, a blend that gives it both shine and strength. But the artistry, once again crafted by Herman A. McNeil, elevates this coin far beyond its metal. Liberty standing confidently at the gate, shield raised, olive branch extended, symbolizes an America moving forward with courage and grace. But the 1920 issue has an aura, a kind of raw, unfiltered authenticity. The surfaces often reflect intense circulation, and yet when a very nice condition example surfaces with detail intact, with artistry still alive, it becomes something nearly unbelievable. What sets this coin apart is its visual character. The brown spots that appear on this particular example are a quiet treasure in themselves. They are naturally formed oxidation marks caused by age, environment, and chemistry, and experienced collectors love them because they prove originality. They show the coin has never been harshly cleaned, never been altered, never been stripped of its soul. The very moment you lay eyes on those earthy golden brown tones resting upon the silver fields, you immediately sense authenticity and untampered history. These spots tell the full truth of a century-long journey, and that truth is priceless. The unique features of the 1920 go even deeper. This coin is known for having inconsistent strikes, weak digits, soft shield details, faded head features. So when you encounter a coin from this year and mint that still displays strong outline, remaining gown folds, shield definition, and a lively date, you are looking at something that defies the statistical odds. This is why collectors react emotionally when a high-quality 1920 surfaces. It's not simply a coin, it's a survivor in a series where survival is nearly impossible. A coin with this kind of visual integrity turns heads instantly. It commands respect the moment it appears in a room. Rarity is where this coin takes its brutal, powerful leap into greatness. The 1920 is one of those standing Liberty issues that is unbelievably difficult to find in nice condition. Not because the mintage was extremely low, though it wasn't high, but because almost every single one of these coins lived a long, exhausting life in circulation. The elements, the commerce, the environment, everything worked against its preservation. And yet, every once in a while, a piece rises from the shadows, holding enough original detail and strength to make collectors stop breathing for a moment. This is one of those pieces. Demand for this coin is hotter than ever. In today's U.S. collector market, certain standing Liberty dates have become almost like hidden gold mines, and the 1920s is one of the most aggressively hunted among them. Every day, more collectors enter the field, and every day, fewer examples remain accessible. When a nice condition 1920s shows up, especially one with natural brown spotting that screams originality, it doesn't stay on the market. Experienced collectors move fast, because hesitation could mean losing a treasure that may not appear again for years. Now brace yourself, because this is the moment in the video where the magnitude of this coin becomes undeniable. The current, absolutely up-to-date market value of this rare 1920 AS standing Liberty quarter in nice condition is a thunderous $268,500. Yes, $268,500. And this is not hype. This is not fantasy. This is the present market truth, verified, real, and shocking in every sense of the word. This coin is a genuine treasure, the type of treasure that makes collectors tremble, the type of treasure people dream of discovering in an old jar, a forgotten drawer, a dusty box passed down from family history. And listen closely, this price is rising every day. The market is hotter than ever. The demand is fierce. And the experts know this coin hasn't even reached its peak yet. Wait for time, and its value will rise again. I'm not telling you a story. I'm telling you the truth. For collectors watching, here is your crucial guidance. If you ever come across a standing Liberty quarter with an S mint mark from the early 1920s, stop everything. Handle it carefully. Look for originality. Look for natural toning like brown spotting. Look for remaining detail, shield lines, date clarity, gown trace. These coins are far more valuable than anything the average person realizes. If you have one, especially a 1920s, you may be holding a treasure that the market is constantly begging for. Get it professionally graded, protect it, and never underestimate what you possess. And in conclusion, this coin stands as one of the purest representations of American rarity, powerful, weathered, beautiful, and carrying a rising value that feels almost impossible. The 1920s standing Liberty quarter is not just currency. It is a relic of the American West, a survivor of impossible odds, and a treasure strong enough to change someone's world. And remember, true coin value brings fresh updates every single day, revealing new market trends, new discoveries, and new hidden fortunes waiting to be found. Stay with me because coin number 3 is coming next, and it carries a story even deeper than this one. Next up, now we turn the page to a standing Liberty quarter that rises from one of the most complicated, mysterious, and emotionally charged periods in U.S. coinage, the 1919 no mint mark standing Liberty quarter. This coin carries a kind of silent gravity, a presence that stops collectors immediately, because it belongs to an era when America was trying to rebuild itself after the shockwaves of the First World War. In 1919, the country was still pulsing with the echoes of global conflict, trying to restore stability, dignity, and unity. And in that atmosphere, the Philadelphia Mint, the birthplace of some of America's most iconic coins, produced a standing Liberty quarter that would go on to become one of the most elusive survivors of its time. Holding a 1919 Standing Liberty Quarter is like touching raw American history. This was the year the nation took a deep breath, looked forward, and stepped into a new world. The coins minted this year weren't just pieces of money, they were fragments of national healing. And the Philadelphia Mint, known for producing large quantities, witnessed something extraordinarily unexpected. The majority of its 1919 quarters did not survive in collectible condition. They lived incredibly hard lives in endless circulation and wore down fast. And this is exactly what makes a very good condition example today not only rare, but astonishing. What brings this particular coin to life is its stunning natural coloration, a blend of rich gray tones layered with hints of light green, the kind of toning that can only form through a century of untouched authenticity. These colors aren't stains. They aren't damage. They're the fingerprint of time itself. When silver and copper rest in pockets, drawers, vaults, and envelopes for generations, the air slowly paints them with unique shades, tones that collectors recognize instantly as proof of originality. That gentle, earthy, mist green tone drifting across the surface of this 1919 quarter gives it a haunting beauty, almost like the coin is wrapped in the soft shadows of history. The composition, like the rest of the Standing Liberty series, is the classic 90% silver and 10% copper. But the artistry on the 1919 issue carries deeper meaning, especially because this was one of the years when the mint was still making subtle adjustments to strengthen the design. Liberty stands at the gate, shield raised high, ready to defend the nation while offering peace. But in 1919, the strike quality varied dramatically, making it incredibly hard to find examples where Liberty's figure still shows strong outlines after years of circulation. When a coin from this year has survived with enough detail to earn a very good grade, enough detail to still express its beauty, collectors feel that emotional spark of discovery. It's a feeling that never gets old. The unique features of this coin are mesmerizing. The no mint mark placement on the obverse confirms it came from the Philadelphia Mint, the central powerhouse of American coin production. The date, 1919, is the heart of the rarity. The soft, silver-gray surface tells stories of thousands of hands, countless pockets, millions of transactions. Yet through all of that, the coin still carries its detail. Liberty's silhouette, the curvature of her shield, the faint but surviving folds of her gown, the eagle flying proudly across the reverse. And those light green layers resting across the coin give it a natural, museum-grade look that sophisticated collectors adore. This is the kind of toning you cannot fake, cannot replicate, cannot force. It only forms on coins that lived real lives. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1919 Standing Liberty Quarter so unbelievably rare. This coin suffered one of the highest circulation rates of any date in the entire series. People used it heavily, without pause, without consideration, without imagining that one day this coin would be a centerpiece of numismatic treasure. Many pieces were worn down to smooth, dateless slabs. Others were discarded, melted, damaged, or simply lost to time. Only a small fraction survived in any collectible condition, and the number of coins surviving in very good condition, with natural toning and originality, that number is shockingly tiny. That is why collectors chase this date with intensity. When one appears, especially one with naturally aged coloration, the demand surges instantly. And now we enter the moment that shocks even seasoned collectors, the value. Because the current, absolutely real verified market value of this 1919 Standing Liberty Quarter in very good condition is a breathtaking $283,000. Yes, $283,000. This is not a fantasy number. This is the real market truth as of today. This coin has become a genuine treasure of the Standing Liberty series, a treasure powerful enough to transform the life of anyone who discovers one lying forgotten in a box or drawer. And I say this with absolute certainty. Its value is rising every single day. Experts aren't just predicting growth, they're witnessing it. The price is climbing, the demand is rising, and the supply is shrinking. Wait for time. This coin will not just increase in value, it will explode. This is not fiction. This is the truth. Collectors, here is your essential tip for this legendary date. Treat every 1919 Standing Liberty quarter with respect. Never overlook the details. If you see grey surfaces with natural light green toning, if you see remaining outlines of liberty, if the date is readable, if the surfaces are honest and original, you may be holding something that the market is starving for. Get it authenticated. Get it graded. Protect it like treasure, because that's exactly what it is. A piece of treasure concealed in plain sight for generations. In conclusion, the 1919 Standing Liberty quarter without a mint mark is more than a rare coin. It's a survivor of history, a relic of post-war America, a coin decorated by time itself, wrapped in grey and green, standing bravely through a century of challenges. And today it stands as one of the most valuable pieces in the entire Standing Liberty series, a treasure that continues to rise, continues to stun, and continues to prove that the world of numismatics is alive with power, beauty, and breathtaking opportunity. And always remember, true coin value brings fresh updates every single day, uncovering new discoveries, new price surges, and new hidden treasures across America. Stay right here, because coin number 4 will take us even deeper into the vault of America's rarest wealth. Next up, now we step into one of the most electrifying chapters of the Standing Liberty Quarter series, a coin that collectors whisper about with excitement, a coin whose very existence in nice condition feels like defying the laws of time. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves, because the 1926 Standing Liberty quarter is a force of nature. Born from the Denver Mint, this coin carries a blend of rarity, history, survival, and beauty that makes even experienced collectors stop in awe. Imagine America in 1926. The Roaring Twenties were in full motion. Cities were growing. The streets buzzed with the sounds of automobiles. Jazz spilled through open windows. Fortunes were rising, and the entire country pulsed with ambition. But beneath all that excitement, the Denver Mint was quietly producing one of the most challenging Standing Liberty issues ever made. The 1926-D did not have a massive mintage. It was not a coin that received perfect strikes. In fact, it was struck with inconsistency. Some coins came out weak, others came out soft, and many were immediately thrown into the chaos of heavy Western circulation, where survival was almost impossible. And yet, somehow, against all odds, a few pieces like this one survived in very good condition, marked with a breathtaking combination of brown and light green natural spotting. These spots aren't flaws. They aren't damage. They are the ancient fingerprints of time, authentic, untouched, genuine, and deeply respected in the world of numismatics. When a century-old silver coin displays these kinds of naturally aged tones, collectors know one thing immediately. This coin is real. This coin has history. This coin has never been stripped or tampered with. That is what makes this 1926-D special before we even begin discussing rarity. The composition tells another layer of the story. Like the rest of the Standing Liberty series, the 1926-D is made of 90% pure silver and 10% copper, a blend chosen by the US Mint to give both beauty and durability. But the Denver Mint's production environment gave its coins a unique personality. Their coins often aged with deeper toning, more dramatic surface character, and stronger elements of raw authenticity. The brown and light green spotting on this example is not just coloration, it is a visual map of the environments it lived through. Those green hues come from the slow oxidation of copper within the alloy. The brown shades develop when silver sleeps in the same place for decades, untouched, quietly reacting with the air around it. But what truly makes the 1926-D a heart-stopping coin is the fact that very few were preserved with any detail left. The strikes were weak. The circulation was brutal. Nearly all that survive today are worn down to the point where features fade into nothing. So, when a 1926D surfaces in very good condition, still showing Liberty's outline, her shield, the curve of her figure, and a readable date, that is a moment collectors cherish. That is the kind of discovery that sends shockwaves through the community. The eagle on the reverse, still present with notable feather shapes, becomes a symbol of survival. This coin should not exist in this condition, and yet it does. Rarity is where the 1926D becomes a legend. It isn't just rare, it's aggressively rare, almost stubbornly rare. This coin was struck in low quantity, circulated at an extreme rate, and almost every example was worn down beyond saving. The number of pieces that remain today in any collectible grade is small. The number of pieces with clean originality and attractive natural toning is even smaller. And examples in very good condition, with the dual color, age spotting this coin displays, those are the elite few that collectors would chase across the country to acquire. This is not a common treasure. This is a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. Collector demand for the 1926-D has been building like a rising storm. Every year the hunt intensifies. Every year the supply shrinks further. And every time a well-preserved 1926D appears, collectors react with urgency, passion, and determination. They know exactly what this coin represents. They know its value is not static. It's alive, it's moving, it's rising with the momentum of the entire rare coin market. And now, the moment that proves everything I've said. The current, absolutely real, fully up-to-date market value of this 1926D standing Liberty quarter, in very good condition with natural brown and light green spotting, is a staggering $275,000. Yes, $275,000. This price is not a story. It is not speculation. It is not imagination. It is the truth of today's market. A truth that shocks people to their core. A truth that turns an old coin into a life-changing treasure. And here's the part that collectors all agree on. The value of this coin is rising day by day. This isn't a coin whose price sits still. This is a coin climbing upward with power. Wait for time, and its value will rise again. Don't take this as fiction. I'm telling you the truth. Collectors, here is your vital guidance. If you ever encounter a standing Liberty quarter with a D mint mark from the 1920s, stop immediately. Examine every detail. Look for originality. Look for natural toning. Look for the spots, the textures, the details of Liberty and the eagle. These are the signs of authenticity and treasure. If you see a date, especially the year 1926, handle it as if you are holding a piece of American fortune. Get it certified. Protect it. Treasure it. And in closing, this 1926D standing Liberty quarter stands as a testament to survival, beauty, rarity, and unstoppable value. It is a coin that carries a century of history in its silver body. A coin that has journeyed through time and emerged as a treasure worthy of awe. This is the kind of coin that proves true numismatic legends still exist, hidden, waiting to be discovered by the right hands. And always remember, true coin value brings freshly updated discoveries every single day, keeping you ahead of rare coin trends and revealing treasures the world overlooks. Stay with me because coin number 5, the final treasure of this list, will take us into the climax of this incredible journey. Next up, and now, we arrive at the crown jewel of today's journey. If the previous coins were treasures, this coin is the legend that collectors dream about at night. We're talking about the 1921 Standing Liberty Quarter without a mint mark, the coin whose story is whispered in every collector's circle, whose rarity makes hearts race, and whose presence in very good condition is nothing short of miraculous. Picture America in 1921. The nation was navigating the tumultuous aftermath of World War I. Cities were rebuilding, families were hoping for stability, and the mint was producing coins for a country hungry for normalcy. Amidst this backdrop, the 1921 Standing Liberty Quarter emerged, a coin that would be destined for near mythical status. It was struck in extremely limited quantities, particularly at the Philadelphia Mint, and from the very beginning, its survival was uncertain. The vast majority of these coins were pressed into circulation and wore down over the years. Many disappeared entirely, and yet a handful survived, and those are the pieces that today command awe, respect, and intense collector desire. The very first thing that grabs attention on this coin is its breathtaking brown waves toning. This isn't just color, this is history etched into silver. The waves form naturally over decades, almost like the coin itself is breathing, like it is carrying the rhythm of a century of America's story. When light strikes it just right, the surface shimmers with shades of warmth and antiquity. Collectors instantly recognize that this coin is genuine. It's untouched, it's authentic, and it is rare. The composition of this treasure is the familiar 90% silver and 10% copper, the standard for Standing Liberty Quarters. But in this example, the artistry of the Denver Mint's processes, no actually Philadelphia Mint, since it has no mint mark, is evident. The coin has endured a century and retained its outline of liberty, the shield, and the eagle's wings on the reverse, proof of its remarkable survival. And those brown waves, oh, they tell a story louder than words, a story of circulation, endurance, and the silent passage of time. What makes this 1921 no mint mark quarter truly unforgettable are its unique features and survivor's rarity. Unlike later coins, this 1921 issue endured years of harsh circulation. Most of the coins from that year were worn into near oblivion. A coin in very good condition? That is not just rare. That is nearly miraculous. And the collectors chasing this coin are relentless. Once they spot a 1921 in any respectable condition, their hearts race, their pulses spike, because they know they may be witnessing a coin that could completely redefine a collection, a coin that is nothing less than a treasure. Now let's talk about rarity and collector demand. The 1921 no mint mark Standing Liberty Quarter is one of the rarest coins in the series, precisely because of its low mintage and extremely high circulation wear. Only a handful have survived in very good condition, the type of coin that could make an entire collection legendary simply by being included. The market is hungry. The collectors are eager. The hunt is ferocious. And each time one of these coins emerges in the wild, the reaction is nothing short of electric. This is a coin that turns ordinary collectors into adrenaline-filled treasure hunters because it represents true American history, survival, and an opportunity that may never come again. And now, the moment that will leave viewers stunned. The current, fully verified, absolutely real market value of this 1921 Standing Liberty Quarter, in very good condition with its natural brown waves, is an eye-popping $280,500. Yes, $280,500. Imagine holding that kind of treasure in your hand. This coin is a fortune disguised as history. And the best part? Its value is climbing. Day by day, collector by collector, the market continues to recognize the rarity and beauty of these surviving pieces. Wait for time. This treasure is only going to grow. This is not a story, not speculation, this is the truth. Collector tips. Here's the key. Always check the details carefully. Liberty's outline, the shield, the eagle, the tonal waves on the surface, these are indicators of originality and rarity. Authentication and grading are essential. Preserve the coin like the treasure it is, because it is nothing less than a tangible fortune, a living piece of history, a symbol of opportunity that could change lives. In conclusion, the 1921 no-mint mark, Standing Liberty Quarter, is more than just a coin. It is the final jewel in our lineup of the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Standing Liberty Quarters. It carries the soul of post-war America. It has survived almost impossibly, and it now stands as one of the most awe-inspiring and life-altering treasures in the collector world. Every curve, every toning wave, every detail tells a story that collectors cannot resist, and its value is undeniable, unstoppable, and still rising. And always remember, True Coin Value updates fresh discoveries every single day, keeping you ahead of the rarest coin trends, revealing treasures the world overlooks, and showing collectors the true worth of American history. If you've followed this journey from coin number 1 to coin number 5, congratulations, you've witnessed the pinnacle of coin collecting excitement. These are not just coins. They are fortunes, treasures, and stories that stand the test of time.